So hi everybody, my name is Nikhil. Welcome to all of you to your podcast, grownbynature. So my dear friends, in the last podcast we have seen the ways by which you can improve your heart health. And in our today's podcast, we are going to see about the probiotics, what things you should know about the probiotics before consuming them. So let's get started. So in simple language, probiotics are the useful bacteria, and these useful bacteria are present throughout our body, although they are mostly associated with gastrointestinal tract. Basically, the anterior opening mouth and to posterior opening anus. So this all part is called as gastrointestinal tract, and this probiotic pill contains live organism. Basically, probiotic is a pill or a tablet which contain live organism, which contain specific strain of the bacteria. And usually these pills contain specific bacteria strains, as I said, and which may be Lactobacillus or Bifidobacterium, we will see in detail, and which contribute to the bacteria that live in our gut. Basically, the bacteria which are already present in our body, they contribute to their population, and they help to increase the rate of the reproduction in case of them. And probiotics can be found in the yogurt and other fermented foods. Basically, if you are not willing to take supplements of probiotics, medicines, tablets, then you can go for some natural ways like eating probiotic contain yogurt and fermented food. Basically, they also contain good enough amount of these strains, which will help you to increase the number of useful bacteria in your body. Okay, and some bacteria in these products can help to digest food. Basically, these bacteria help to digest food, to cope up with disease causing cells, and can produce some vitamins also in our body. Basically, the requirement of vitamins in our body is much more, and our body can produce some various types of vitamins, but some vitamins cannot produce by our body, and these vitamins can be produced with the help of these strains, or the vitamins which our body produce, it can increase the rate of the production of the vitamins in our body. And to understand the function of probiotics, we must first understand the function of microbiome. So basically, microbiome is a system. Microbiome is a system created by microorganisms on the skin as well as in the lining of the gut, basically internal part of our body. And so basically, if you take an example, if outer skin, that is, if you take the example of skin, and for example, the amount of harmful bacteria and useful bacteria. If the amount of harmful bacteria is more on the skin, then you will be more prone to various common diseases. For example, this part contains more harmful bacteria, and if I touch this, and again this hand is I touch to my face, and the transmission of bacteria will take place from this hand to my nose, and in case it will transport it into my body, internal body, and it will my body will be at greater risk of the viral common diseases. And in case of the lumen, in case of the internal lining of the gut, if there is also the amount of harmful bacteria will high, then we will also more prone to many diseases. So overall, the health of your microbiome defines the health of your body. So it is a very most important factor in case of our body, in case of the health of our body. Now we will see there are some types of probiotics, not types of the probiotics, but types of strains which are used in probiotics. And basically, on the type which is used in the probiotics are classified. The first strain is Lactobacillus. Lactobacillus species are probiotics normally found in the human digestive system and urinary tract. In most cases of diarrhea, Lactobacillus is used to treat in case of adults, and in case of infants and child and babies, we will see more after. And Lactobacillus is mostly found in yogurt and may be added to many fermented food products. In case of natural supplements, many people also use it for general digestion problems, irritable bowel syndrome, and even constipation. And most of the time it may be used for conditions related to stomach. Basically, overall it is related to stomach, gastrointestinal tract. And Lactobacillus can also help people who can't digest lactose sugar in the milk. Basically, we were going to talk about the lactose intolerance in the upcoming podcast, but let's understand here that Lactobacillus can help to those people who cannot digest the lactose sugar present in the milk. So just remember that, and we were going to see lactose intolerance in our upcoming podcast. So this is about Lactobacillus. The second species is Bifidobacterium. So Bifidobacterium are the species that live in the intestines. Basically, Bifidobacterium lives in our intestines. and this also helps in diarrhea, constipation and other intestinal disorders, the disorders which are associated with intestines. They are also used for preventing the common cold, flu and lots of other common conditions. Although high quality studies have shown that bifidobacterium can treat the disease like ulcerative colitis, diarrhea, necrotizing enterocolitis, lung infection, constipation and irritable bowel syndrome. And if you don't know about this disease, then please check out the description. I have given the link there. And the third species is Saccharomyces boulardii. Saccharomyces boulardii is also called as brewer's yeast or the baker's yeast, basically the yeast which is used in bakery industry, and it prevents the growth of harmful bacteria in the stomach. Saccharomyces boulardii is also likely to effective in treating diarrhea in case of babies and children. Basically, Saccharomyces boulardii helps to treat the diarrhea in case of babies and children, and Lactobacillus helps to treat diarrhea in case of adults. So this is the difference between Saccharomyces boulardii and Lactobacillus in treating the diarrhea. So these three are the most common types of strains which are used in probiotics. Now we have seen the types of probiotics, the strains which are used in probiotics. We have also seen that what is probiotics, what are the probiotics, what is their constituents. Now we will see why to consume them. If you are having benefit, then you will consume them. So there are some benefit. There are 6 types of benefits by which due to which you should consume probiotics more often. The first is it improves the mental health conditions. Studies have found that probiotics can be helpful to prevent some mental disorders in both animals as well as in humans. Like a study on 70 chemical workers who works in the chemical industry has shown that these workers were given 100 gram of probiotic contained yogurt per day and a medicine and a pill of probiotics per day, okay, for a week. And these workers have shown some general increase and some improving general health conditions. Their depression decreases, anxiety also decreases, their stress managing ability increases. Basically, when these workers are working in the chemical industry, okay, so they are in the close contact with chemicals and they are having some side effects of these chemicals on their body, general health condition, for example baldness, skin diseases, some types of allergies, and the smell of the chemicals all over the day they working there. So basically these all types of factors affecting their general health conditions. And when they were given these probiotics contain yogurt and peel, so they were showing some improvement in these conditions. So it is found that probiotics may help to improve mental health disorders such as depression, stress and anxiety and some general health conditions. The second benefit is certain bacterial strains can help to keep your heart healthy. Our last podcast, keep your heart healthy, and probiotics may keep our heart healthy by reducing the LDL, that is bad cholesterol, and reducing the blood pressure in our body. Lactic acid producing bacteria may reduce cholesterol by breaking down the bile in the gut. Bile juice present in the gut is break down and by lactic acid, and it reduces the cholesterol content in our body. Consuming probiotic yogurt for 2 to 8 weeks reduces the total cholesterol by 4% and LDL cholesterol by 5%. 2 to 4% LDL cholesterol reduced by 4% and total cholesterol reduced by 5%. The third benefit is probiotics may help to reduce some allergies and eczema. I have given the link about the eczema in description, please check out that. Certain strains may reduce eczema in case of infants and children. Strains. One study has found that the women who have taken probiotics during their pregnancy, probiotics in case of their pregnancy, those children had an 83% lower risk of developing eczema in the first 2 years of their life. So they are less likely to develop these diseases if their mother has taken probiotics in the period of her pregnancy. Okay, and some probiotics also reduce inflammatory response in people with milk or dairy allergies. As I have said about the lactose intolerance, some probiotics may help in case of that thing also. However, more research is needed in this area, in the lactose intolerance area. The fourth benefit is it increases the immune system. It boosts up the immune system of our body. So they may help to boost of immune system by inhibiting the growth of harmful gut bacteria. Basically, the growth of harmful bacteria increases and our disease and our immune system, our immunity increases. And also some probiotics have shown that they promote the production of the natural antibodies in the body. They may also boost immune cells like IgA cells and T lymphocytes as well as natural killer cells. So this is about the fourth benefit. And the fifth benefit is that it helps to reduce the symptoms of some digestive disorders. Basically, all the probiotics are associated with GIT, gastrointestinal tract, basically all the mechanism in the stomach and the digestion. And more than 6 million people all around the world, all around the globe, are affected by inflammatory bowel disease, including ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease. Certain probiotics have improved symptoms in people with mild ulcerative colitis. However, it was found that probiotics appear to have little effect on symptoms of Crohn's disease. Nevertheless, probiotics may have benefits for other bowel disorders. So this is about Crohn's disease and inflammatory bowel disease. Please check out the description to know more about these diseases. And the sixth benefit and the last benefit is psoriasis and chronic fatigue syndrome. It can help to reduce the psoriasis symptoms and chronic fatigue syndrome. Researchers found evidence that Bifidobacterium infantis could benefit people with conditions such as psoriasis and chronic fatigue syndrome. And this specific type of bacteria is more often included in supplements to fortify the digestive system. So these are all the benefits of the probiotics, intake of the probiotics. But what are the foods by which you can get all these probiotics in proper amount? The food you should consume to get probiotics in proper amount to your body, it may include yogurt, some types of juices, cereal, soft cheese, buttermilk, kefir, pickles, lassi, bananas, olives, apples and dairy alternatives. So why dairy alternatives? Because, for example, you are consuming our normal milk and the person is lactose intolerant, then he may develop some lactose intolerance symptoms like bloating, headache, that symptoms. And if he or she consumes dairy alternatives, then he will not develop that type of condition. Basically, dairy alternatives are the products which can replace the normal milk. Basically, they contain less amount of nutrition in case of normal milk, but they are enough for our body. For example, they contain less amount of protein than the normal milk, less amount of fat than the normal milk, but they can enough for our body. They are enough for our body, our daily requirements. So this is all about the foods by which you can get maximum amount of probiotics in your daily diet. So with these foods, with these food sources, we will conclude here. And if this podcast has added good values to your life, then please like and share with your loved ones who care the most. Until next time, stay tuned, stay safe, stay healthy. See you soon in the next one. Bye bye.